Welcome to MA Crime Files. On a fateful morning of March 18, 2025, in a bustling city of Meerut, India, a landlord sends two laborers to one of his rented property. Their task was simple: clear out some of the junk to prepare the property for renovation. Just few hours of work, nothing out of ordinary. While they were at it, they stumbled upon a blue drum. When the laborers gripped the drum to move it, it was impossibly heavy, refusing to budge even under their combined strength. Something was alright. With a grunt and heave, they tugged and the lid popped open. A wave of rotten air hit them, a stench so wild that it clawed at their throat. They almost vomited. Holding their noses, they peered inside, and their blood ran cold. It was cement, but that was not all. The unthinkable outline of human remains, dismembered and stuffed into this makeshift tomb. Wide-eyed, hearts pounding, the laborers stumbled back. They looked at each other in terror, turned around and ran out of there, leaving behind a discovery that would unravel a murder so brutal that it would grip the nation. What kind of monster could commit such a crime, and who was buried in that drum? To unravel this mystery, we must go back. In the spring of 2016, Meerut, India, buzzed with life as Saurabh Rajput, a 29-year-old merchant navy officer, met Muskan Rastogi at a local gathering. Saurabh was smitten by Muskan's fiery charm. Their romance blossomed fast and they fell in love head over heels. But there was a problem. When Saurabh introduced Muskan to his parents, Renu Devi and her husband, they disapproved. They saw her bold ways as unfitting for their traditional home, and to make matters worse, she was from a different caste. But Saurabh was in love, ignored everyone, and proposed in late 2016. They married in a quiet ceremony, ignoring his family's objections. After the marriage, Saurabh took Muskan to his home, but as you can imagine, it didn't go as well. Saurabh's mother Renu Devi and Muskan did not get along. They fought on everything. Their home became a battleground. Eventually, Saurabh got tired of it and rented a modest home in Indranagar, close enough to his parents but far enough for Muskan to breathe easy. Meanwhile, Muskan's parents, Kavita and Pramod Rastogi, embraced Saurabh like a son they never had. As years passed, Saurabh mended ties with his family, their bond slowly healing. But Muskan, they never got along with her. Their marriage had its struggles, petty arguments, mostly over Saurabh's work because it kept him away from home months at a time. But in 2019, things changed. Muskan gave birth to a daughter, Pihu. Saurabh adored her, while Muskan softened into motherhood. For a moment, their Indranagar home echoed with hope. This calm was merely the eye of the storm. Beneath the surface, cracks were forming, invisible but deep. And this story is about to take a very, very dark turn. Fast forward in 2023, Saurabh Rajput made a critical decision of leaving his job at Navy, which was once his pride, but it was keeping him away from his wife Muskan and daughter Pihu. But when he moved back to Meerut, he realized the job market is not steady. So he made another critical decision of moving to England, even though it was going to keep him away from his family one more time, but this time it was temporary. His plan was to go to England, work for 2 years, and then bring his family there. So he's doing odd jobs, whatever he could find. He's building his family's future, and at the same time, he's sending money to his wife and a daughter back home to India. Mind you, Muskan doesn't work, so he's taking care of all the expenses. But when I tell you later in the video what Muskan was doing with the money Saurabh was sending it to her is going to boil your blood. On February 24, 2025, it's been 2 years Saurabh has been away from his family, his wife, his daughter, his parents, and that's the longest he had ever stayed away. He's longing for home. He packs his bags and buys a ticket to India. The timing was perfect. It was Pihu's 6th birthday and Muskan's few days after that. The family was over the moon. The rented Indranagar house buzzed with joy. Saurabh, ever so romantic, suggests a getaway, just him and Muskan, to rekindle their spark. Around March 3rd, he texts his family, "We're off for a vacation. I'll call you after Holi, a vibrant Hindu festival of color. which was around March 13 and 14. Muskan drops off Pihu at her parents', and the couple heads to misty mountains of Himachal Pradesh. Sounds idyllic, right? Hold that thought. While they were away, Saurabh's sister Chinky visited her parents in Meerut. Eager to see his brother, she dials his number because she wanted to ask him when they will be back. The call goes unanswered, but a message comes back, casual and brief. Saurabh's social media hums with updates, pictures of snowy peaks, cozy cafes. Some things was off. They were able to communicate Saurabh's over the text on WhatsApp, but every time they called, it went unanswered. Now it's March 18. Holi has come and gone, and Saurabh should be back. But still, they weren't able to reach him over the phone. When they visit his home to check up on him, nobody answered. By now, they had realized there was something not right. So Saurabh's family files a missing person report with Meerut police. And very next day, Saurabh's landlord sends two men to clear out some of the stuff to get the property renovated. And if you remember, I explained in the beginning of this video how those two men found human remains buried in this infamous blue drum, and how they got scared and ran out of this house. As Muskan saw them running away, she realized her game was over. She raced to her parents, spinning a frantic tales. The details are a bit murky. She made up a story of how Saurabh came home intoxicated, they got in a fight, and she stabbed him by mistake. Her parents did not buy her story, so they pressed her. And eventually, the truth came out. Muskan and Sahil Shukla killed Saurabh. I know it seems like I'm dropping a random name, Sahil Shukla, but Sahil Shukla is a key figure in this story. Just bear with me, everything will make sense in a moment. To untangle this web of confusion, I must take you back to 2020, when a seemingly innocent WhatsApp group chat changed everything. Muskan Rastogi joined her school's alumni group, reconnecting with old classmates, and one of them was Sahil Shukla. Were they high school sweethearts or just acquaintance? The details are murky. But one thing is clear, their chat sparked a flame that would burn Saurabh's world to ashes. What started as nostalgia soon turned into full-blown affair, and you won't believe the darkness that followed. Sahil was Saurabh's complete opposite. A drifter with no steady job, lost in parties, drugs, and alcohol. His mind steeped in superstitions and black magic. While Saurabh sailed at sea, Muskan and Sahil seized the chance to meet. In 2023, Saurabh's decision to quit the merchant navy shook Muskan's world. Her future with Sahil looked shaky until Saurabh announced his move to England. As he labored day and night, sending money home, the cash meant for Pihu and Muskan, a huge portion was spent in drugs, drinks, and dates. Muskan and Sahil affair deepened. Drugs and obsession have turned her into something else entirely. Muskan wanted Saurabh out of her life, but she knew she couldn't do it alone. As low life as Sahil seemed, he couldn't take anyone's life. And this is where Muskan takes a shape of a monster. Muskan knew Sahil's weakness, his devotion to his mother, who had recently died, and his belief in the occult. Muskan came up with a plan. She created 3 Snapchat accounts, one in her name, another posing as Sahil's mother, and a third as Sahil's brother. She wove a diabolical lie. She convinced Sahil that his dead mother was trying to connect with him via Snapchat, whispering that Muskan was his destiny and Saurabh, her husband, was an obstacle. Help her get rid of him. The Snapchat account told her that his dead mother was restless. The only way she could find peace is by doing what Muskan wanted him to do, which was helping Muskan getting rid of Saurabh. After months and months of manipulation, Sahil agreed. Then she moved to the next step of her plan. Muskan forged a prescription to buy sleeping pills. She bought 2 sharp butcher knives and started practicing on cardboard boxes. By the way, she told police during investigation that planning to get rid of Saurabh started back in November 2023. Who could plot such evil with such precision? This is the last video of Saurabh alive. At home, Muskan mixed sedative into his dinner. As he ate, trusting her completely, he tucked Pihu into bed, kissing her goodnight. Little did she know it was the last time she was seeing her father. Once Saurabh was out cold, Muskan summoned Sai. Together they stabbed him 3 times in the chest, and he was done. Their plan to stuff him into a blue plastic drum failed because the drum wasn't big enough. So they dismembered him into 15 pieces, mixing the remains with cement and sand to mask the stench. What I'm about to tell you is going to shock you even more. The next day, Muskan dropped Pihu at her parents and went on a vacation with Sahil to Himachal Pradesh, posing as carefree couple, dancing in nightclubs, celebrating Holi and birthdays. At the same time, they were updating Saurabh's social media and messaging to his family so they wouldn't suspect anything. If you were to see these videos, you would think of them as a normal couple in love, enjoying their vacation. When Muskan told her parents the whole story, her father immediately took her straight to the police station and asked her to repeat everything. The police took her statement but didn't arrest her at that moment. They visited Muskan and Saurabh's rented home and found the infamous blue drum, which became the last resting place of Saurabh, or at least part of him. They arrested Muskan, then Sahil, and took them to the police station. When the news of this atrocious act reached community, people couldn't contain their anger. And during one of the visits to the courthouse, they spotted Sahil and started beating him up. Saurabh and Muskan, both of their families, were devastated. Muskan's father blames his daughter and surprisingly asking for a capital punishment. Anyways, the case is ongoing. It's in a court. I hope they get what they deserve. If you want to see more videos of wives betraying their loving husband, check these two out. They are even more brutal. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, take care of yourself and your loved ones.